to our Thanksgiving episode of Literary Gladiators, the show where we discuss debate literature in all of its forms. If it's written work, it's game. Alrighty then, let's meet the panel.
Hello, I'm Larry.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Josh.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Missed you, Charlie.
Same to you too.
I like donuts.
For Thanksgiving this year, instead of having turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, we decided we're going to have donuts for Thanksgiving. Because we're thankful for donuts.
Because they sell them in church.
There's a reason for that. We're in a library. There was a church. Now they turned into a Dunkin' Donuts. So
there are people that do worship coffee, though.
that's sad.
What are we going over today, Kelsey?
Today is the Thanksgiving episode, Works That Spark an Appetite.
Okay.
First question, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what part of Thanksgiving means the most to you?
I'm gonna take.
Oh, you should.
I'm gonna take more. Food, and mostly family, friends, relatives. Having those in-laws come over, it can be tough. It can be like, oh great, that Aunt Phyllis is coming over. Have them over. Have them come over. It's just one day. And I think I said this in a Christmas episode last time, or Charlie Claus said that. You know, try and get together and coexist for one day. And of course, yes, the food, because where I'm from, I'm mostly Italian. You know, we talk with our hands. We eat a lot. So now that brings up, I think, food and eating is an art in itself. So cooking certain recipes, just being together, having a good time, and enjoying a nice meal.
I think that Charlie is absolutely right. Family and friends are the important part about Thanksgiving, and I'm very thankful to work for a company that gives us off every Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. And they harp on the idea of family values, and that they put the idea that everybody should be spending this holiday with their families over the idea that Kmart has when it comes to, I'm sorry, please forgive me, Kmart people, Walmart. It's just the idea that Thanksgiving is not meant to be a retail holiday or a sneak preview of Black Friday or a sneak preview of people running through the aisles and pushing each other away.
You just said grace for what you are thankful for. Now you're.
And then after that, it is football, the good food, but most importantly, the idea, even though it was broken, the idea that that everybody came together for one day.
And still,
with a friendly gesture.
if I may continue on that, if you know somebody, this is something I would do. If I knew somebody that was a little less fortunate, I would say, hey, come on over. Yes, my mom will kill me later, but that's fine. Come on over. You don't, it's all right. Come on. We have room for one more. And I would, take that, give a little extra. You see the toys for tots, you see the Santa Claus ringing those bells, you want to say, I just want to shove those bells somewhere.
Salvation Army?
Salvation Army, yeah. Give a little more charity. Like, all right, I can spare this $10 or whatever,
Sorry?
No, football. No, family is number one. Yes, and the food a close second, and football a close third. So there you
What's
go.
your football team?
Oh, the Jets.
Oh, I'm a Giants fan, so there's some intensity.
The Jets
We're
and the
across
Giants
the table, yay.
are playing this year in the regular season.
That'll be exciting.
Yes, it will.
Unless it's already happened.
No.
Am I the only one that ate my
Isn't
donut?
that's
Oh,
December.
yeah, that's right. I forgot. Well, this is airing on Thanksgiving, so
Yeah. Isn't it December?
yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's like December 18th, I will say.
Yeah, beginning of December. Already. And Lily.
Oh. Of course, I tend to reflect on my blessings and be thankful for what I've got every day. So there's really nothing that's particularly significant about Thanksgiving to me. The significance of Thanksgiving really is it's a day in history where we try to justify the precedent for years of slaughter and exploitation of native people with one small feast that actually the natives contributed more to, but who even is to say?
Okay, ready for the second question? Okay.
Segue.
What work do you feel does the most to make you hungry or spark your appetite?
My mom's cookbook.
Already. Do we want to begin with you, Larry?
I'll say Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. Because he talks about food. And feast is in the title. And it's about I guess autobiographical. Writes about his time as he spent as an expat living in Paris in the years after World War I. Gertrude Stein, F. Scott Fitzgerald writes about these people and others. And it's a good book, and he writes a lot about the food that he enjoys. You know, Hemingway writes a lot about food anyway. I guess he was a great lover of it.
And drink,
because
right?
and drink is absinthe and other drinks. But yeah, he's always giving very descriptive accounts of meals. So, you know, Hemingway can make you hungry if you're into eating.
I'll have to check that. I wonder if I'll become hungry after. What kind of food does he usually write about?
Whatever is customarily served around the area that he's writing about. So, for instance, he writes about, I believe he writes a lot about Serrano ham when he's writing about being in Spain, for example. And, you know, so it depends on where he is, but he'll write about whatever he likes. Cafe food is pretty much what he's talking about in the Movable Feast. He writes a lot about. I remember shellfish, and it's been a while since I read it, but I distinctly remember the shellfish. I think shrimp or mussels.
Interesting cafe food.
Yes.
Willie?
I'll say Como Agua por Chocolate. It's by Laura Esquivel. You can translate it into English as like water for chocolate. It's about a woman who she translates her forbidden lust for a man who isn't of her caste by making chocolates.
I like chocolate.
That's based off. There was a movie made out.
Yeah.
I
I saw
remember.
that movie.
I remember her and the cooking scenes.
Yeah.
That
And
was a
then-
good movie.
And then when you read the novel, the chapters will, I seem to remember them opening or being interspersed throughout. There are recipes in Spanish that go out, or you can get it in translation or whatever. So it will make you hungry, and maybe you could try to follow it, like prepare everything. That would be a fun thing to do for a book club, you know, do that and then spend a week on it and each day make a different thing or something.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I always wanted to join a book club, but I never knew where do you join a book club?
I don't know.
Well, we have the book club.
Your local library.
Oh, we're actually.
Is that true?
If you want to call Literary Gladiators a book club, I created a literature club. I was the president of an English Honor Society. So if it doesn't exist, my suggestion is to create it.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely the closest. The whole Literary Gladiators thing is definitely the closest thing to fulfill that. Want that
We
I
are a
have,
bit
yeah.
of a book club as well, and
I mean,
we're
yeah,
encouraging people to read.
And we have donuts, for God's sake. So we are.
It's
a book-
essentially the same thing, right? Where we come together and talk about one work at a time. It's like what a book club does, isn't it?
We ask our subscribers to share,
Yeah.
to come join us. So,
Okay, well, I have, I was thinking in my senior seminar class, I had to take, this is actually wasn't it, I just thought of it now, it's from Herman Melville, I think it's Herman Melville, Paradise of Bachelors and Tartarus of Maids, and it was all about how the bachelors, the men, they were all feasting together, and they were all, you know, they were all drinking at the decanter. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's like a big holder, it's like a big wine holder, and you pour it into each glass, and each glass, and it just, I know, I'm crazy. But they're talking about all the foods and how you walk up these big stairs, and I'm assuming it's a paradise because that's what it is. And the Tartarus of Maids, that's something completely different, but I'm talking about the Paradise of Bachelors, and it's just all about food and gathering, and you know, you've done this, I've done that, you know, it's a lot, and it's a lot of, it has a deeper meaning. Herman Melville is not as accessible as some people think, but you know, good. And I had to read that in part of my senior seminar class for graduation of Cade University, which we are alumni.
Yes.
I have my diploma in my wallet.
Those are quite fancy.
I know, right? I go and say budget cuts.
Already.
Some people don't like that.
I actually chose to work with children's literature for the work that sparks an appetite, and that is The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle.
Oh, yes.
One of the best scenes in the book. At first, he eats these fruits that you would think would be ideal, oranges, strawberries, but then he goes on to eating chocolate cake.
I love cake.
Pickles.
I don't know.
Swiss cheese. Salami. Just all of these appetizing things that just
Very menopause. Oh God.
Granted, I would prefer a provolone cheese or a mozzarella cheese.
I like grated cheese.
Or I do like Parmigiano or Pecorino. But as long as I can remember always feeling that urge to eat the foods that are mentioned. The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And he was getting ready to go into his cocoon and become a butterfly.
Why not?
Ready. Anybody have any final thoughts?
Can we eat now?
No,
You just say.
we're gonna go. We had our donuts.
I
That's
know.
our. If we want a bigger feast, we can do that as well.
All right.
But I'll leave a link to each of the works that were mentioned on this episode, and we hope you have a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving,
Enjoy.
and keep reading.